Stanley Druckenmiller. The name alone evokes a sense of awe in the world of finance. Mention Stanley Druckenmiller in any financial circle and you'll see heads turn, eyes widen, and conversations pause. His reputation precedes him, a testament to his unparalleled success and influence. He's a legend, a giant who bestrode markets for decades, seemingly able to conjure profits from thin air. His ability to predict market movements and capitalize on them was nothing short of magical, earning him the moniker the Alchemist of Wall Street. Druckenmiller wasn't just lucky. He was a master strategist, a chess player who saw the board in ways others couldn't. His moves were calculated, his strategies meticulously planned, and his execution flawless. He understood the game of finance like few others, always staying several steps ahead of his competitors. His understanding of global economics, his ability to analyze data and identify trends, and his sheer nerve in placing big bets made him one of the most successful investors of all time. Druckenmiller's insights into economic patterns and his boldness in acting on them set him apart from the rest. This is the story of how a kid from suburban Pittsburgh rose to the pinnacle of global finance, leaving an indelible mark on markets and inspiring a generation of investors. From humble beginnings, he climbed the ladder of success, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a relentless work ethic. It's a story about risk, reward, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Druckenmiller's journey is a testament to the power of taking calculated risks and the rewards that come with unwavering dedication and hard work. It's about understanding the world, seeing the signals others miss, and having the guts to act on your convictions. His ability to read the market's subtle cues and make bold decisions based on his analysis was a key factor in his success. This is the story of Stanley Druckenmiller, the Alchemist of Wall Street, a man whose legacy continues to inspire and whose strategies are studied by aspiring investors around the globe. Stanley Druckenmiller's story begins far from the canyons of Wall Street in the quiet suburbs of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Born in 1953, his was a comfortable middle-class upbringing. His father was a chemical engineer, his mother a homemaker. There were no obvious signs that young Stanley was destined for financial greatness. Yet, even as a boy, Druckenmiller possessed a sharp intellect and a thirst for knowledge. He excelled in school, particularly in math and history, subjects that would later prove invaluable in his career. He was a quick study, able to absorb and process information rapidly. He also had a competitive streak, a drive to win that extended from the classroom to the sports field. This innate drive, combined with his intellectual curiosity, would lay the foundation for his future success. In 1975, after graduating with an economics degree from Bowdoin College, Druckenmiller landed a coveted analyst position at Pittsburgh National Bank. This was a significant achievement for a young graduate, as the banking industry was highly competitive and prestigious at the time. The position offered him a solid foundation and a promising start to his career. He quickly climbed the ranks, impressing his superiors with his work ethic and sharp insights. His ability to analyze complex financial data and make sound recommendations set him apart from his peers. Within a few years, he had established himself as a rising star in the bank. But the world of commercial banking felt stifling, too slow and bureaucratic for his liking. The rigid structure and conservative approach of the bank did not align with his dynamic and ambitious nature. He found himself increasingly frustrated with the limitations imposed by the corporate environment. He yearned for more autonomy, for the freedom to make his own bets and reap the rewards. The idea of being his own boss and having the liberty to pursue his own investment strategies became more appealing with each passing day. He spent countless hours contemplating his future and planning his next move. So, in 1981, at the age of 28, Druckenmiller took a leap of faith. He decided to leave the security of his well-paying job and venture into the unknown. It was a bold decision driven by his desire to challenge himself and achieve greater success. He packed his bags, left the relative comfort of Pittsburgh and headed to New York City. The bustling metropolis with its vibrant financial district offered endless opportunities for someone with his skills and ambition. It was a city where fortunes were made and lost, and Druckenmiller was ready to take his chances. He started his own firm, Duquesne Capital Management, with a modest amount of capital. The early days were challenging, as he had to manage everything on his own, from securing clients to making investment decisions. But he was determined to build a successful business from the ground up. It was a bold move, a gamble that could have easily backfired. The financial markets were unpredictable, and the pressure to perform was immense. Failure was a real possibility, and the stakes were high. But Druckenmiller was never one to shy away from risk. He thrived on the challenge, and was confident in his abilities. His unwavering belief in himself and his vision kept him going, even during the toughest times. He was determined to make it on his own, to prove that he could succeed in the cutthroat world of hedge funds. His journey was just beginning, and he was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, armed with his knowledge, experience, and an unyielding drive to succeed. Druckenmiller's early years at Duquesne were promising, but it was his fateful encounter with another Wall Street legend, George Soros, that would catapult him to superstardom. In 1988, Soros, already a renowned investor, hired Druckenmiller to manage the Quantum Fund, his flagship hedge fund. It was a match made in financial heaven. Soros, with his keen understanding of global macro trends, and Druckenmiller, with his analytical prowess and risk appetite, formed a formidable partnership. They complemented each other perfectly. Soros was the big-picture thinker, the visionary who identified global imbalances. Druckenmiller was the strategist, the tactician who translated Soros's vision into actionable trades. Together, they would go on to execute some of the most audacious and profitable trades in financial history. The year was 1992. The setting: the European Exchange Rate Mechanism, or ERM, a system designed to stabilize European currencies. Soros and Druckenmiller, sensing weakness in the British pound and its fixed exchange rate to the German mark, saw an opportunity. They believed the pound was overvalued and that the British government wouldn't be able to defend its currency peg. They bet big against the pound, shorting it heavily. The markets felt the pressure. The Bank of England, in a desperate attempt to prop up its currency, bought billions of pounds. But it was no use. The market forces unleashed by Soros and Druckenmiller proved too powerful. On September 16, 1992, Black Wednesday, the pound crashed out of the ERM. Soros and Druckenmiller walked away with over $1 billion in profit, cementing their reputations as the titans who broke the Bank of England. The 1992 pound trade, while spectacular, was just one example of Druckenmiller's investment prowess. He was a master of global macro trading, a strategy that involves making big bets on macroeconomic trends, such as interest rates, currencies, and commodities. He believed in understanding the big picture, the interconnectedness of global markets, and identifying imbalances that could be exploited for profit. Druckenmiller wasn't afraid to make contrarian bets, to go against the grain when he saw an opportunity. He was a voracious consumer of information, reading everything he could get his hands on, from economic reports to newspapers to industry journals. He cultivated a network of contacts, from CEOs to politicians to academics, to gain an edge in the market. His investment process was a combination of rigorous analysis, intuition, and a healthy dose of risk-taking. Under Druckenmiller's leadership, Duquesne Capital Management became one of the most successful hedge funds in the world. From its founding in 1981 to its closure in 2010, the fund generated an average annual return of over 30%, a staggering figure that speaks to Druckenmiller's investment genius. His trades moved markets, influencing the global economy in profound ways. Governments and central bankers watched his moves closely, knowing that his bets could make or break their economic policies. He wasn't afraid to challenge conventional wisdom, to call out policymakers for what he saw as misguided decisions. He became a voice of influence, a respected figure whose opinions carried weight in the highest echelons of power. Despite his enormous wealth and success, Druckenmiller never forgot his roots. He became known for his philanthropy, particularly in the areas of education and poverty alleviation. He donated hundreds of millions of dollars to various charities and foundations, believing in the power of education to transform lives and lift people out of poverty. He was also actively involved in public policy debates, using his platform to advocate for policies he believed would promote economic growth and opportunity. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind, even when his views were unpopular. He believed in engaging in thoughtful debate and challenging the status quo. Druckenmiller's career wasn't without its share of controversy. His bold bets and market-moving trades sometimes drew criticism, with some accusing him of being reckless or even manipulative. The 1992 pound trade in particular sparked debate about the role of hedge funds in global markets and their potential to destabilize economies. Druckenmiller, however, remained unapologetic about his investment approach. He believed that markets were ultimately rational and that his trades, while profitable, also exposed underlying economic imbalances. He argued that his actions often forced governments and central banks to make necessary, albeit painful, adjustments. Stanley Druckenmiller retired from active money management in 2010, but his legacy continues to loom large over Wall Street and beyond. His retirement marked the end of an era, but his influence remains palpable in the financial world. Even after stepping back, his investment philosophies and strategies continue to be a guiding light for many. He's considered one of the greatest investors of all time, a legend whose insights and strategies are still studied and debated by aspiring traders and seasoned professionals alike. His ability to predict market trends and make bold investment decisions has set a benchmark in the industry. He mentored a generation of investors, many of whom have gone on to achieve great success in their own right. His mentorship extended beyond mere financial advice. He instilled in them the values of discipline, patience, and continuous learning. He showed the world that it's possible to be both incredibly successful and deeply principled. His philanthropic efforts and commitment to social causes have inspired many to use their wealth for the greater good. He demonstrated the importance of hard work, intellectual curiosity, and a willingness to take risks. His career is a testament to the fact that success in investing is not just about numbers, but also about understanding human behavior and market psychology. But perhaps his most enduring legacy is his unwavering belief in the power of markets and the importance of understanding the forces that shape the global economy. His insights into macroeconomic trends have been invaluable to investors worldwide. Stanley Druckenmiller, the Alchemist of Wall Street, left an indelible mark on the world of finance, inspiring generations to come. His story is a beacon of inspiration, reminding us that with vision, dedication, and integrity, one can achieve greatness and leave a lasting legacy. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed anything we had to say, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it greatly supports the work we do. Thanks again, and until next time, stay calculating, my friends.